Hello everyone, and welcome to How to Make a Kettlebell from an Old Basketball. Here are the supplies you'll need. The first step is bending PVC into a handle. Here, I have some 3/4 inch diameter PVC and some duct tape. So, with the duct tape, we're going to tape one end of the PVC pipe shut. Make sure to get it nice and tight around the end of the tube. If it still seems a little loose, feel free to use a second piece of tape. There we are. Now, we're going to be filling this tube with sand. You can see the sand here. And to find out how much sand we're going to use, we need to first fill the tube using a funnel. So using your funnel, you're going to fill your tube until there's about an inch of space left. The sand that I chose to use was a little moist, so I had to use a chopstick to help it down the funnel. Wet sand is not the best idea, but it's what I had. So you're going to fill that PVC. And this will tell us just how much sand is needed. So as you can see here, it's about an inch of space left in the tube. We're going to get rid of the extra, put it back in the bag. So you can see it's filled up. So we've emptied our pot and we're going to pour out the sand that was in the tube back into the pot. So that's the perfect amount of sand. So next we're heating the sand, and once it's nice and hot, use gloves. You're gonna need gloves, your funnel again, and the PVC. This part is a little dangerous. You are using hot sand, so make sure to have someone help you if you are nervous about it. And it's definitely a good idea to do this outside, but I was feeling a little brazen and did it inside. So there we go. The hot sand is now in the PVC tube. And you'll want the glove on because it's going to get hot. PVC is going to get hot. So once that's filled with the hot sand, you're going to do your best to get some duct tape and cover the remaining end of the PVC pipe. You may have to take off your gloves to get the tape, like I did. It's a little difficult. There you go. Try and get a good seal. Once again, if your seal is looking a little shaky, you can use 2 pieces of tape. And now, after waiting for the PVC to heat up, you can begin to bend it. You're going to want to wear gloves because the PVC does get quite hot with the cooked sand inside it. So you're going to do your best to bend this into the shape of a handle. Bend it into the shape of a handle. Here's my attempt. And you're going to want to clean up all that extra sand once you're done. Wonderful. So part 2, we're going to cut, fill, and insert the handle into our basketball. So you're going to need just a standard size basketball, an older one that you've gotten the use out of. And you're going to want to make a line to decide where to cut. And along with that line, we're going to need to include the places that the PVC is going to enter. So I'm just drawing little X's where the PVC is going to end up. And there you go. There's my line that I'll be cutting on. And the X's where the PVC will be inserted. So next, get a hacksaw, and you're going to want to cut into your basketball. Just cutting along the line. Do your best to stay as straight a cut as possible. It's a little difficult on a round ball, but just do your best. And eventually the ball will pop. There you go, as you see. Cut right through, and there's our cut. And I'm just going to finish it up with a pair of scissors. So you're going to want to finish the ends of your hacksaw cut with a good pair of scissors if you have them. And I'm also going to cut X's where the handle is going to insert. So just find your best angle, make sure those cuts are looking right, and then go for it. You can also cut these X's into circles if you prefer, but I am cutting X's. All right, and then test your handle. Finish up any little extra spots you think need cutting. Once you're satisfied with how that handle is going to sit in there, you're ready for the next step. So, with a bag of Quickrete, I'm just going to mix up some concrete. Make sure to use a container for the concrete mixing that you are not too attached to. I'm using an old milk crate with a solid bottom. So holding the basketball open, you're going to use your spade and scoop the mixed concrete into your basketball. As far as the consistency goes on the concrete, you don't want it to be too soupy, and you don't want it to be too dry. If you encounter those situations, add a little more if it's too soupy. And you might be surprised, there's a large amount of room in that basketball. And while you're filling the basketball, you want to make sure that the bottom of the ball is flat against the ground. Make sure that it's sitting nice and flat so that when the concrete hardens, the ball does not roll. And as you can see, I am doing this on a drop cloth. I would advise that you fill your basketball on top of a drop cloth, as concrete can get very messy. So keep on filling the ball. One of the benefits of using a smaller spade is that it'll be easier to get into the cut that you've made in the ball. And I think this is going to be my fourth milk crate full of concrete. I think it took me 4 slightly filled milk crates to fill up my basketball. So keep filling the ball, and once you're satisfied, once there's enough concrete for the handle to stay in, you can stop filling. Alrighty. So, finally, we're going to place the handle into the concrete filled basketball. So make sure it gets nice and deep in the basketball. Make sure it's a natural angle for your hands. And there you go. Wait 24 hours for the concrete to set. Thank you for viewing another DIY at IPL video. Please subscribe for more, and you can always check out library.cityofinglewood.org for more information on events, virtual library cards, and our reopening procedures.